Come on. Let's go live. Come on. It's going live.
Okay, I'm hitting them up. I'm hitting them up in the chat so they can get riled up.
Yep. I'm trying to figure out why it's not starting.
Sure you get out of the
Let's see. Come on.
Freaking duckyard, man. What do you expect?
Ah, there it goes. It's finally running.
Up goes the weasel.
Yeah. Hit the button. Yep. All right, there we are. Yay! I'm telling you, man. These people at YouTube, they fired all the people, and now they're doing nothing but AI to do it. And yeah. Yep. There we go. All righty. Hello, everybody. Happy Halloween. Yay. All right. We're just, this is a bonus live fireside chat. Basically one of those let's shoot some shit moment, just to let everybody to get a chance to talk and do a little bit of chat, give a little bit of update. Because Tony gave me a call and said that he wanted to make sure everybody knows he's okay. He's not giving up. He's not quitting. He just got fed up with all the technical BS that happened on his live stream last night. And so he's taking his break early so he can get the new computer up and running and fix what's wrong with all the technical issues that was going down. He just got really frustrated when he tried to send everybody send everybody over to Theta, and it would not go through no matter what he did, and it just kept being major technical issues. So there's that, and but he's doing great. Like I said, he gave me a call last night or early this morning to let me know everything's cool. He was worried that everybody would think that he was having issues when it was just technical stuff that he got out of his hands, and he just wanted everybody to know he's doing okay. He's doing great. He's just going to take his break, get all the technical stuff sorted out, and do the shorts and stuff like that, getting them ready. And a secondary project that he's been working on, he wanted to get that set up and going. So everything's cool, everything's copacetic, and so there's that. So he just wanted everybody to know he's doing okay. In fact, right now, if I remember right, he is playing cards at the Game Shack. So everybody, but please do keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and most importantly, keep him in your heart. Now let's get ready to start shooting some shit here on this Halloween special.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dumb, fling some funk, whatever you want to do.
Hold on a second.
My question is, do you prefer mouse and keyboard or controller?
I usually use the keyboard, Bubba.
Okay.
Because I still haven't been able to figure out how to use the little controller thing.
Okay.
My manual
is control room blues, people.
All right. I just wanted to know for what we're going to use when we play Dead Island.
Oh, okay. That's I'm talking with my nephew Logan because he's setting stuff up on Steam for Dead Island because we're going to be co-opting Dead Island.
I thought that was Logan.
Yeah, I'm going to get him to get on the desktop so he can join in. Yeah, we're just doing a Halloween bonus fireside chat. Alice and Crazy's here, and so is Marcelo Lopez. Okay. In fact, send a text your mom. Let her know that
she's trick or treating with her doctor and son and husband and her.
Okay.
Don't just text her.
So Laura Jane has got the rest of the family out doing trick or treating. So did she do the usual Harley Quinn costume, or did she do something new?
She's in the Harley Quinn costume. I don't know if she has the belt or not.
So
Because
she
the
did.
belt wasn't fitting or something like that.
Yeah, she's actually added some weight. So yeah.
Damn, bro, out here calling us stuff fat on
No.
straight.
Lord Jade herself says that she's actually started gaining weight and she's happy about it.
Okay.
Because for the longest time, we both have thyroid issues, everybody. Her thyroid issue was she could not gain weight no matter how much she tried. Me, I've got the
It
opposite
took
problem.
one accident.
Yeah, one accident can really mess things up. Go figure. But yeah, let's see, there it is. All right, I'm sending you the link via the Discord chat.
Yes, please, because I'm trying to provoke a riot here. No, sorry, YouTube. I'm trying to provoke a walk on.
Phrasing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
man. You know, there's just so many words, so many words that
they don't like, man.
they don't
And
like.
considering the fact that, like I said, since they've gone and done the stupid, getting rid of all the people and just going AI, I don't think YouTube's gonna be around much longer if they do this.
Interestingly enough, Richard, they're on a throwdown with ABC. Well, rather not ABC, Disney.
Yeah.
Talking about taking ABC, ESPN, and stuff off of YouTube TV. People do not realize, by and large, the number of folks that are consuming content here. It's not that YouTube itself won't be here. I'm particularly thinking at a point that someone will probably put a whole bunch of cash into the green machine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone who likes to use letters towards the end of the alphabet.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's just it. I think YouTube. I mean, Rumble does have its issues because that was something that Tony and I was talking about when he called me up. Okay, there we go. Logan is now on the stage and here by the fire.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just dealing with the issues. I'm talking about making it an open and First Amendment honoring platform. Okay,
that would be just amazing.
A First Amendment honoring platform. That's the key difference right there. Okay, that's the key difference. So
yeah, it's what's got me aggravated is the fact that YouTube was the biggest of these platforms, and they have been destroying themselves with the way that they are treating the First Amendment and the freedom of speech. I mean, they throttle people. They keep throttling the conservatives.
Well, they don't just throttle them, Richard. There's a whole bunch of center people and even classic liberals that have just about to the point ready to flip off.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's ridiculous. I mean,
with all the distrust in legacy media, you feel like platforms like YouTube are the only place you can get what you need. You need to see, you need to hear.
And they keep, like I said, they keep throttling people that they shouldn't be doing this to, because it's like more and more people are getting their news from independent news sources.
Correct.
And YouTube being the platform that it was, you could get almost any kind of news from there. And then they started throttling the people that they didn't agree with. I mean, look at
I don't think they necessarily directly targeted individuals. Now, I know I'd take a lot of flack for that, Richard. Okay, I know I probably would. I mean, if we had somebody like Ben Shapiro, he'll turn around. Oh yeah, for absolute certain. And I'm going to push back on that. Okay, the fact is that all this stuff is driven by statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the thing is this. Okay, there's an old phrase in the mathematical world: lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Yeah.
Which basically means if you game the weighting as in WEIGHTING, okay, if you game the weighting, you can tweak an algorithm, you can pigeonhole it to say, if you've got a mixture of these sorts of words, if you've got a picture of these sorts of topics, we want to de-incentivize that by a certain percentage. And the more that they say these things, we want to up that de-incentivization to the point where, because the algorithm is the way that it's been set up with the weights that it's been set up with, it will basically de-incentivize you into oblivion, and that's what's happened.
We did have what they did to Alex Jones, the great deep
Yeah,
platform.
how was
That's a whole other matter. He got under somebody's skin. You know, the scuttlebutt was he got under Wojcicki's skin, but there's no proof to that.
Well, it wasn't just with Jiki, because they deplatformed him all of the platforms. Deplatformed him at the same time, and so that shows some coordination, and that really gets to me, because we're the United States of America. You know, the First Amendment, freedom of speech. Even though I cannot stand when people go out there and they blatantly lie. We're the United States of America. That is allowed. I mean, when people talk about campaign ads and how messed up they are, I'm like, dude, do you know what the campaign ads were back in the day when they first founded this country? They were the founding fathers were calling each other things like hermaphrodites who only have the worst qualities of each of the sexes, and things of this nature. It was pretty bad.
They were shooting religious epithets at each other. Okay,
it was pretty.
People have no inkling. People have no inkling of the history of things, and the funny part is this. You know, this brings up a story that I think you and I talked about. Is, you know, you got all these college kids, right, Richard, and they're walking around with T-shirts of Che Guevara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fun fact: Che Guevara was so out there that even Fidel Castro said, you know, I got to get rid of this guy because he's going to make me look bad.
Well, it wasn't just that. He knew that Che was a loose cannon who was I can't remember which one's worse, the psychopath or the sociopath, because he was both.
Yeah.
This dude, he got off on killing people. So he had the wall of his office removed, so it was easier for him to watch the public executions.
Yeah. So to get back to the point, though, Richard,
he was killing everybody.
Why remove the entire wall? Just put a window there.
I know it was.
No.
Dude didn't want anything between him and the blood, I guess.
Anything. Well, I'm not a psychologist, but what I've read is he apparently had a S blank X affinity for death.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, I'll leave that there. The thing is this. Those people.
He got off on watching people die.
Well, yeah.
Something different.
Necrophilia is where you like boning
Dead people.
Guys,
dead.
we're going. I know it's Halloween, but we're going real dark. I know
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Halloween,
Real
we're going real
fast.
dark.
Real
Okay,
fast.
it's Halloween, but we're going real dark. But to get back to your point, though, First Amendment. Those folks that wear Che Guevara T-shirt are oblivious
Mhm.
as to the factual history behind the man and behind the man's actions.
Yeah,
So if they
Same.
did, they
Yeah.
Most
wouldn't.
people do not know that he was a rampant racist,
Oh yeah.
a rampant sexist, and a rampant what people like to call homophobes. But for him, it wasn't a fear of homosexuals; it was a massive loathing. And there are people out there who actually think that he was overcompensating.
I
Well,
was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Because when they finally caught his ass, everybody likes to say, "Oh, he went down fighting," but all the people who found him said that he was on his knees begging to suck them off. Please don't kill me. I'll suck you off. Don't kill me. Please, 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 don't kill me. And
So get
and
back
I'm
to our
like,
point. To get back to our point, though, Richard. The point is that folks with that sort of worldview are given a pass straight
Mhm.
away. It's here you go. Cut ahead. Cut in the line. Okay. Despite the fact that chapter and verse, they are oblivious to the facts of the matter.
Yep.
Prima facie, unassailable evidence, and yet they're completely the words. I hate to get into technical, but it's cognitive dissonance. It's when you know better, but you choose to ignore the facts in front of you.
Yeah,
That's what we're dealing with.
that's where I call where you allow your irrational hatred to overwhelm your rational mind and your common human decency.
Well, it's not even hatred. It's the desire to be correct. It's not even a moral. It's not even a moral function. It's
Like
a.
border,
It's a.
it's so narcissistic.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, hello,
That's more of a
Mao Zedong,
suggestion.
Joseph Stalin. Did I keep going?
Go
I
on.
mean,
When it comes to a lot of people, they just keep throwing up. Funny Mustache Man was the most evil thing ever, and they can completely ignore the mass
Nah, he was-
murderers of Stalin, Mao, Pol
No.
Pot, and all of
No.
them.
no.
I'm pretty sure Kutan Khan was the worst of them all.
Historically might have been. The
Yeah.
problem is there's no way to tally the
Yeah.
the actual number of human life lost.
Yeah.
Luckily for us, though,
My thought is that he most likely is, but there's just no scientific way. Well, just no way to
Correct.
prove
I mean-
it. The most proven evil person would probably either be Mustache Man and Joseph Stalin, because I
nope,
don't know of anyone else.
nope, wrong answer. They are both second and way fifth to Mao Zedong.
Well,
Mouse
did you
Khan
not
was
just
really
hear me
bad.
say
He
because
is-
I don't
he
know of
is
anyone
in the-
else?
He is in the tens of millions. Some estimates have put it even as high as 100
Mm-hmm.
million.
Isn't Kutan Khan's in the billions?
Well, yeah, extrapolated, sure. Okay. But what was the population back then? Okay.
Yeah.
You got to consider what was the population back then. Extrapolated, yes, but brute force numbers, okay, they're somewhere between 50 and 100. 50 is extremely generous on the low end, extremely. 100, okay, you're gonna have to sell me on that. But hello, even 50 million people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Can you
mean,
imagine the world population today if these mass
Callings
Didn't
didn't happen.
come on.
See, what most people don't get, it's like Stalin allowed see, 30 million of his own people to die during World War II
Yep.
by throwing them into the meat grinder. And then
Mhm.
he killed close to 30 more million with his purges, which also includes the Holda Mayor. Do you know what the Holda Mayor is, Zach?
No.
Okay. The Holda Mayor was not even a full year. It is the Ukrainian Holocaust, where Stalin basically went into the breadbasket of Europe, which was the Ukraine. The Ukraine produced enough agricultural product to make the United States go, damn, that's a lot.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's just put it this way: they had customers as far away as South America.
Mm-hmm. They were exporting so much food it wasn't even funny. But
yeah.
How much area does Ukraine have compared to us in the U.S.?
Texas.
Okay.
Less than Texas.
Something like that. Something like that.
It's less than
I think it would fit. Yeah. I think you're right. I think it would fit inside of Texas.
Yeah.
So was it
It's
their
about
agricultural
the size of
practices?
half Europe.
Okay, so was it their agricultural practices or their fertile land that made them be
Both.
able to do this? Okay.
Both. Just
Probably
like the
because
United
that's stuff
States.
actually season.
Okay.
Oh, I'm thinking of the
Now,
wrong country.
what had happened was this: the Ukraine actually had its most bountiful of harvests, but because Stalin did not like the Ukrainians, he starved them to death. He had the Red Army pointing guns at the Ukrainians. That if you tried to get a drop of food out of those fields, they shot you. It was so bad that people would break and eat the dead, and then they would realize what they had done, that they had committed cannibalism and then killed themselves.
I mean, if cannibalism needs to be done, then it happens like nearly all the time in the animal kingdom.
Well, that's just it. We're not animals. And
Scientifically, yes, we are.
Well,
it's more of just a moral standard, which is the only argument people really have on that end.
Yes, and
I
that's
mean,
the
I
only
can
thing
honestly
that separates
say
it, yeah.
burning humans smells like burning steak. It can make you hungry. Just that.
Yeah. I've got friends of mine, as much as they love bacon, they can't eat it because of it smells so much like the burning bodies from during the Gulf War. But yeah, the Holda Mayor was a short period of time that actually killed more people than Funny Mustache Man did, and an extremely short amount of time. And everybody likes to bring up how Funny Mustache Man and his regime had industrialized the extermination of one group of people. When it wasn't just one group of people. They were killing not just the Jews, they were killing gays, they were killing religious minorities. They were going after the Roma. What if you don't know what a Roma is? That's what they used to call what gypsies used to be called. They used to call them gypsies, and which is kind of weird because the Roma are the Eastern Central European group of nomadic peoples, because there are other nomadic peoples that are also referred to as gypsies in Western Europe, the British Isles, and even here in the United States. Travelers, I think, is another term that they use. I think.
Yeah, it's travelers.
Yeah, and the Romans are some of the nicest people I've ever met, and but yeah, but like I said, Funny Mustache Man was killing gays and lesbians. He was killing Jehovah's Witnesses and other Christian minority groups. not just Jews. Yes, Jews were the biggest ones, his biggest bugaboo that he was focusing on.
I mean, or you
Part
could have the
Jewish?
double whammy like me, where I was one half European Jew and the other half a gypsy from Transylvania,
Yeah,
whose family traveled.
but a lot of people also don't know they were doing that to the African people who had African blood as well. Uh, there is an act. I think he's still alive, but a king, an African king, who was half German, that lived through Germany, but they didn't cut his nads off. But on the only
Okay,
reason why they didn't.
Marcelo says he can't hear anybody. No, we can't hear you.
Uh oh.
He said quack quack. Got him.
All right. Let's see if we, when you pop back up, we'll see if we can fix it. But anyway, and the funny thing was, he talked about when he was a kid living in Germany during the rise of Funny Mustache Man. He wanted to be part of the Hitler Youth because he loved Funny Mustache Man, and the fact that that they wouldn't let him join. And if I remember right, he's a king now.
Okay, Marcelo, we got you, babe.
All right, we're waiting for you, Bubba. So whenever you pop up, and I'll be able to get you back up on the stage. There's a documentary on, ironically enough, here on YouTube about him. I wish I could remember the name of it, but y'all know how much I love my documentaries, so I'm always watching documentaries. So it's hard for me to go back and try to find the damn thing.
It all depends on what it's about.
It was about a half black kid that grew up in the rise of Funny Mustache Man and
dinosaur documentaries.
And it was pretty interesting because he talked about the fact that the only reason why, because there was a whole lot of half black Germans that ended up getting sterilized because they didn't want them having any more children in Germany. But they didn't snip him because, like I said, he was a royal. And they did not want that kind of a problem. And the funny thing is, at the time, publicly, Funny Mustache Man was pushing to get back the German colonies there in Africa. And the messed up thing was, a lot of the former German colonies in Africa had actually petitioned the League of Nations to give them back to Germany because of how bad they were being managed by the French and the English. And they were like, please give us back to the Germans. And it was wild.
All right, Marcelo said quack. Yard did it again.
Yeah. Right in the middle of the stream.
Try resetting your device.
Yeah, I'm wondering if something might have happened to Shrubby too, because I gave him a great reason to start singing gypsies, tramps, and thieves for me, and he didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, right now it's saying that there's only 3 people watching. So, okay.
You guys want to see the body of my new bow, which is just the handle bit. It doesn't show like the actual thing.
No,
I mean, we just want to show you that it has a carbon fiber grip.
Oh, as long as it's not the whole thing.
No, it's not the whole thing.
Because Tony was telling me, couldn't even show a picture of the Bowie knife that I was given because it would get people, it could get him in trouble. All right.
Oh, I gotcha.
I don't know if you can see it too well.
All right.
But yeah, it's got a carbon fiber handle.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. It's fully made out of steel. That's with a carbon fiber handle.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Is that laser cut or laser?
I have no idea. But it's from the site Top Archery.
Oh, sweet. That's the new one you got, right?
Yeah.
Is the bowstring at least not breaking?
Nah. It's it came perfectly aligned, so I didn't need to tune it.
That's good. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm just waiting till I can like save up some money so I can get a arrow rest and a sight.
What type of arrowheads did they send you?
Oh, the basic these kind of ones. They're not as pointy as my black feathered ones. Because if I was to do it as hard as I'm doing it on this one with my black arrow, no, with my black winged ones, I would probably be cutting myself. That's
Yeah.
how pointy these black winged ones are.
So these are
Yeah, I'm
your
thinking of
target-
nicknaming my arrows because why not? Because I'm thinking the red ones be phoenix arrows and the black ones crow arrows. Because why the fuck not? Nicknaming shit is awesome.
Well, one of the things that your uncle Brian, he does crossbow hunting at times. It's one of the reasons why I've been looking at getting a crossbow.
Crossbows are they're alright.
Because I've not been
They
able to
can
use,
pack somewhat of a punch. It's just in some scenarios, a bow would be better.
yeah, I'm just not able to do the
Yeah.
long bows anymore.
You can get short bows, horse bows. So horse bows can be relatively sized. There's actually a type of Japanese bow which you are able to shoot whilst sitting down.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name of the bow that I used to have. Because at one time I had a compound bow. I just can't remember because I got it was amongst the stuff that disappeared when Jerry did what she did to me. Because I also had an old recurve bow that it was my first bow that my dad gave me, and he had got it from shoot.
I like my favorite type of bow is the LBF. IBF, I can't remember which one it is, but the type of one that I just got where it's comes in like for 3 segments. It's the type of bow that they use in the Olympics.
Oh, sweet. But yeah, my first bow was the one Dad gave me. That he actually got it off of a Boy Scout troop that ended up leaving behind a whole bunch of stuff from one of the camps that got closed down, and that was amongst the stuff that he ended up giving me. But yeah, it was pretty cool. But of all the stuff that disappeared, I could actually say in my lifetime I've had to start over from zero 3 times, and that was the second time I had to start over from zeros when Jerry took off with all my shit. You know, which really sucked because I had comic books from all around the world from my time in the Navy. I also had my money collection from when I was in the Navy because every country I went to, I had take $100 US, convert it to the local currency, so I would have the denominations of their currency, and I kept it in a little lockbox that I had. And when I came home from the service, I showed it up. I was proud of it. I showed it off to my sisters, and I said, "This is funny." No, and they were like, "This looks like Monopoly money." And I'm like, "No, this is from this country. This is from this country. This is from this country." Because I had money from East Germany. I had money from the Soviet Union.
Yeah, that reminds me. One time I was writing a birthday card to my oldest sibling, and I decided to put Monopoly money in there and be like, I ain't got no money, so I take this Monopoly money that I definitely didn't steal from your Monopoly. I gave him his own Monopoly money.
Marcelo, is everything going good on your end? because right now your mic's muted.
Yeah, I had to mute my mic because still got to set some stuff here for some reason. It's not.
Not recognizing it.
Yeah, it borked me. I don't know. Something happened. I thought it was duck yard, but it.
Oh, he just disappeared again. Ah, man, I hate when technical issues keep happening. Because when I first opened everything up today to start this, I had to actually go into settings and reset the settings. So it would do my OBS and actually recognize the fact that yes, I do have a microphone and yes, I do have a camera. In fact, I can be using my VTuber studio, I can be using OBS, or I can be using the camera that comes with my laptop. Those are the three options I've got, and I use the OBS because I still am not sure about using the VTuber, and I don't think people want to see me as a talking raccoon.
I mean, you can make your own PNG model, which is just a couple of drawings, which just changed via your speaking, which is generally easy to make because it's just a couple of drawings and it's way easier to rig than a actual VTuber model.
Oh yeah, Tony's offered to show me how to do it.
Yeah. There's also two different types of like VTuber models. There's 3D type models and 2D ones.
Yeah, because they're like I said, I've got the.
Oh yeah, and they're expensive as hell.
Yeah, the one I've got on Steam is VTube Studio. VTube.
I think that one is the most famous one.
For editor and VTuber maker, they're all. I found them on Steam and went with it to try it out. And one of them I actually liked, but it's not working anymore. Where literally I was able to make my avatar as me as a Christmas elf, because that was originally going to be how I was going to present myself to everybody.
Why now?
Because your grandfather was Santa Claus, dude.
But you're like 6 foot tall.
Yes, I know. So and your grandfather.
Right, I just want to let you know. Hold on, this is very important knowledge. But if you ever do go the VTubing route, it's like 3 times as harder, if not 10 times as harder, for a male to actually do something with a VTubing career.
Yes, I know.
That's why I'm giving you this recommendation to just become a femboy, because then it becomes the easiest thing ever.
Nah. Like I've told.
Like, trust me, it's just easy money at that point. Trust me.
All my friends, that are gay are like, I'm painfully straight. It's just the way it is.
Straight femboys exist.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I was gonna have my my VTube avatar be an elf and showing me sitting there on the naughty list, doing the naughty list stuff, and then have little stuff to where I'd have running gags about the naughty list still saying, "You ain't gonna." Oh God, not again!
If I ever became a VTuber, I would have my character just be so autistic they're just schizophrenic.
That sounds like nuts.
They're so autistic, they're fucking insane.
But there's a couple of VTubers I enjoy watching. Everybody knows that Saka-chan doll is one of my all-time favorites, but I also watch News, and I watch Kirsch. I mean,
never heard of him.
Kirsch is the joke that we did for a while of me saying, "Oh my God, I think I'm a furry because I've fallen in love with a white fox woman."
Weirdo.
Because she likes the same types of houses I do. which is the Victorian style housing, and she also has the exact same rants that I have about how all these millennial and Zoomer house flippers will go into a Victorian home and gut it and take out
Oh.
all the good stuff. That
No,
makes
it's mainly the millennials. Us Gen Zers can't afford it.
because there was this one that had this beautiful handmade staircase in it that they just went in and ripped all that handcrafted carpentry and everything and just stripped it all out and put in the most basic of stairs.
Yeah. There's a couple of VTubers that I enjoy watching, but I ain't telling you, I'm gatekeeping.
Yeah,
I'm gatekeeping.
I just, but like I said, Kirsch, let's see, there's Smug, Anala, and a couple of others that I watch that are just, I watch them because it's fun. I enjoy
You're
it.
questioning yourself. We all know that.
Hey, man, I can admit there are times I am the dirty old man in the room. And because, yeah.
Just glad I'm not sharing that room, unlike Logan is probably.
Hey, man.
Ain't Logan there with you?
Than me. Yeah, he's playing Dead Island right now.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, and he's on the stage with us. He's just got himself muted.
Xander, my boy, wanna hop on Rivals at some point? Wanna molest some Jeffs?
What do you say, Logan? You gonna do Rivals in a little bit?
What time is it? 6:38. After 8 o'clock, I'm too busy with something.
Oh, after 8, you're gonna be too busy.
Yeah, that's 6.
Damn, gay.
I'm going to pick up your sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then he's also got to go pick up your aunt. So
Damn, tell him I called him gay.
he can hear you. It's just the fact he's got his microphone muted.
Logan, you're gay for not playing Rivals.
Well, right now he's getting back into Dead Island because we're gonna. As soon as I can get Dead Island loaded up on my laptop, we'll be doing some co-op stuff.
Fair enough. But my shoes are fucking disintegrating. God damn. I'm literally sitting here super gluing them back together.
What weapons? Sharp weapons? Firearms?
Firearms usually.
Okay.
Howard,
The game, there's 4 characters.
use a pointy stick.
Expert, the blunt expert, the sharp expert, and the jack of all trades.
Yeah, I'd probably do the jack of all trades then.
I'm already playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm usually really good with guns. So
Okay.
Guns
What
are
you doing,
for
Kraken?
Guns are for bitches.
But yeah. Anywho, hopefully Marcelo's getting everything. Oh, he had to restart Chrome. Yeah, I can't even get Chrome to start on my laptop, and I don't know why. So I'm having to use Firefox at the moment, which sucks. It's harder for me to.
Get Opera GX.
Yeah, but I'm back.
All right, sweet. But
I'm back.
before we went on the tangent because of the Duck of Death showing up, the things that happened when it comes to the culling events, yeah, Mao Zedong is one of the worst because of not just the numbers of people he purposefully killed, but the people who died because of his mismanagement of the country. Everybody knows the Stalin quote. 1 or 2 deaths is a tragedy, but large numbers are just a statistic. That's paraphrasing it. Mao made that reality because this is the guy that anytime communism didn't work, he would blame it on something else and then force all of the people under him to go and do something even more stupid that made it even worse, such as blaming the birds for causing them not to have good yields
Bird.
during harvest. So what happened?
No, I'm with him. Birds are bitches.
Well, he ordered the people.
One
to
squawked
go-
at me weird, and I was like, "Well, fuck you too, then, bitch."
I think it was the bluebirds or something that
Oh, they're the worst kind.
he was blaming them for the low yields.
They'd
So
be
he
like going
tells-
up to me and being like, "I bet you wish you were blue like me." I'm like, "Motherfucker, fuck you."
No, what was actually happening was he ordered the people to go out with sticks and kill bluebirds. Then they had an even worse harvest because the bluebirds, which kept the insects
Mordecai, you bitch.
under control,
Yep.
were not they basically became the locust plague and was wiping out making even further worse, causing even further starvation, which is why a lot of us older people remember growing up
Old ass motherfuckers.
and one of the reasons why so many of us are fat is because of the fact we were forced as children to clean our plates.
Yep.
It's like, but I'm full. Clean your plate. There's children starving in China. And I'm like, well, let's give them this food then.
In a whole bunch of
I'm
different
full.
places.
I can't hold it anymore. And but yeah, that was all because of Mao Zedong and the way he mismanaged everything. And
No,
even whenever he had scientists telling him, no, this doesn't work,
mhm.
he killed those scientists and got somebody to come in and agree with him.
You even had Russian scientists telling them, this ain't gonna work.
It's like what was the guy that advised Stalin? Because Stalin had the greatest minds that he had access to finally put it to rest that communism and socialism worked and capitalism didn't. And I can't remember the guy's name.
You mean Molotov?
No, something came up with the economic theory, something curve. Not,
Is that where the cocktail came from?
Molotov, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Molotov was a diplomat that and they ended up naming Molotov cocktails after him. But
Well,
no,
because
there was
he
a,
was-
Ain't that the type of grenade you throw at people? Put a napkin in it, set it on fire, and throw it at a cunt.
It is
Yep.
an
Like,
improvised,
burn, bitch.
it is an improvised incendiary device. Okay.
Yep.
Have a taste of flames with a hint of booze.
There's no hint of booze. Any.
Yeah, I guess the flames would like get rid of
any,
the taste buds and like nose shit.
any combustible liquid can be used as a Molotov cocktail, especially if it disperses and is accelerated by contact to oxygen. Okay, are you thinking Sergei Kirov? I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
it's possible because he actually came back and said that in the short term, communism works and socialism works in a very short term, but in the long run, capitalism is the superior of systems. And he knew
I said to go every man for himself.
Capitalism actually allows for innovation, and it incentivizes everybody to look for a better way of doing things.
You know what we should do? We should go back to tribes type shit. Like we should
already do that.
all families. No countries allowed. Just each family is a tribe, and we go back to living in the woods and being tribes and hitting drums and being like unga bunga type shit.
I'm gonna refer you to a TV show from about maybe less than 10 years ago. Look up a TV show called Revolution. Go look up that.
Revolution. That was a good show.
Okay, unfortunately, it had too short of a run. NBC didn't have the CO Jones to keep it around. Unfortunately,
and money was also an issue.
Well, I mean, look at what they were spending money on.
Yeah.
If I was head of a tribe, my tribe would be called Veriris.
Well, look at
like retard.
But look at let's see,
I'm retarded as fuck.
There was and one of the good things that came out of Revolution was it proved that post-apocalyptic TV shows work when done right. That's how it's like. You can ask your mom if she remembers watching Jericho, because Jericho was one of our favorite shows.
Jericho sounds great.
Basically, Jericho was a terrorist.
Jericho sounds like the local gay guy you'll find at the pub.
Set off nuclear bombs in the United States as a terrorist attack, and the aftermath of it. And
Okay.
we watched the heck out of it. It had a full season and half of a second season. Because they canceled it after the first season, and CBS brought it back because of the Nuts campaign. Because fans wanted them to continue it so bad, they sent several tons worth of peanuts to the CBS offices, and they were like going, "Holy crap! People really like this show, so let's bring it back and wrap it up for them."
Damn, someone must have nutted a lot for that. No.
Oh yeah, and it was. They continued the storyline as a comic, as a graphic novel, comic book, and it just didn't feel right in comic book format. But and look at
I mean, hey,
Walking Dead. I mean, Walking Dead was extremely popular, and it was at its best when it was.
No, I feel like you should just make the zombie apocalypse to go into that Walking Dead type of thing.
Well, the zombie. Okay, the
Be
Walking
like,
Dead,
yo, screw it, zombie.
well, the Walking Dead was a really good show until they turned it into an Uber drama.
I bet I would be a really cool zombie. I reckon I'd be the type of zombie that would be able to run and fly and
Hang on a
shit.
second. You talked over Richard, and I'm sorry, but I
I
want
wouldn't
to
stop talking.
hear what Richard said again. What did you say? The Walking Dead was good until blank.
Oh yeah, they turned it into an Uber drama, and
Yeah, he said that.
Okay.
the
Well, I
thing that
couldn't hear it.
the thing that pissed me off the most is whenever I didn't mind the drama elements of it, but whenever they were doing more of showing how they were surviving, I liked that more, and the drama coming from them surviving, showing how they were adapting and overcoming. I love that about it.
And the inner dynamics between these groups, or AKA tribes.
It was good.
Did somebody say tribes?
And I mean,
Somebody sent him a copy of the Lord of the Flies.
Oh yeah.
Can we start there? Let's start there.
Yep. Lord of the
Let's
Flies.
start in the real world. Let's get rid of all the countries and create tribes. I'm gonna make my own tribe, and it's gonna be called the Riri's.
Well, if you really want to see that, there's several countries in Africa I can point to.
Hell,
Fuck yeah.
Send him to, I forget the name of the island, but there's an eastern island.
Yeah, if I go to like an African tribe, I'll be able to like.
Is it the one
No, it's not African.
off the coast of
off the
India?
coast of India. Yeah. Try going there. Yeah.
Hey, Diane.
My ALS skin's gonna be
tag. That's it. Tag.
The last YouTuber that went there was
killed him.
Completely unalive.
Damn.
Howdy, Diane. Happy Halloween.
Oh, Halloween fucking sucks. Halloween's like one of the worst holidays. The only thing cool about it is that my little brother gave me free candy.
Yeah.
Other than that, Halloween sucks, and I hate it, and I wish it didn't exist.
Yeah, but the true origin of Halloween goes back so deep, and you want to talk about tribes.
No one cares about that shit.
But
that's
you're
just it.
saying,
I just don't like Halloween. Let me have my beef, man.
I still remember your first Halloween. You and Jack were both dressed up as firefighters.
Cringe.
And your grandparents took y'all out to do Halloween stuff while your mom and I and your uncle moved us entirely from the house that we had been renting into the apartment we ended up moving into, because That was the day it got condemned. The house got condemned by the city of Monroe because we had been telling the people that we were renting from, look, this is a list of the stuff that's wrong with this house that needs to be fixed, that violates all these codes. Let us fix it. And they refused to allow us to fix it because my dad actually was offering to do the work. And all he asked them to do was supply him with the materials so he could fix it. And they wouldn't do it. And the city of Monroe found out about it, came in and condemned the house. So we ended up having to move that day.
Oof.
And so mom and dad said, okay, they allowed us to use Dad's van because Brian would drive Dad's van, and I was using the station wagon, and I can't remember. I think it was Alan was also driving a car to get all of our stuff out and moved. I still have no idea what happened to I think the air conditioner is in the garage, keeping the Brian's garage air conditioned. The lawnmower ended up getting used by mom and dad because we had a really nice lawnmower that I was able to get. And every time we mowed the grass, I would be mowing the grass, and Jack would be right about 8 to 10 feet behind me with his little bitty toy lawnmower, breaking up the cod, where the grass would be, make little cods, and then he'd come along and break them up. And you would be in the chest rig, and while I was mowing, and made it a family thing. Yeah, I wish I don't know if your mom still has those pictures that she took of us doing that. Let's see. Diane said nowadays they have Halloween parties for kids, or they have that trick or treat or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So far, it's the one thing about Halloween when I was growing up, and y'all probably remember this growing up, that trick or treating was where all of your friends would get together and carpool and go visit all the houses and get candy. And you would also have, I think, the community would also, our church had us all do it as one group, and then afterwards we would go to the church and the fellowship area. They would then take all the candy and check it and make sure nobody had messed with the candy, because we had the big scare of people putting razor blades in candy and apples and stuff like that.
I remember that. Yeah, they said you could take it to the emergency room and they would X-ray it for you.
Yep, and so yeah, that.
Just cut the thing in half.
Yeah.
Just grab a knife and cut it in half. You ain't got to do all these extra steps, taking it to the emergency room to get it fucking X-rayed.
Well, it's like I talked
That's
about.
Like a waste of resources.
Well, it's like the great satanic panic that we had back then, where they were going.
Oh yeah, it's a great satanic panic caused by a bunch of grade A retards.
Yeah, and like I said, that was one of my shining moments as a kid, standing up to that at the church. But
mine was stand up to like a teacher who was trying to teach us how to write a letter, and I was like, why do we need to learn how to write a letter? We can text. This ain't the 1850s no more.
Yeah,
and there was just this whole back and forth thing about like, what if you want to go to apply to a job and you have to send in a letter? Then I wouldn't want to be applying to a job. Then I just won't do it. I can just send them an email. And then they said, what if the job doesn't have computers to receive an email, then I just said, then I wouldn't want that job. And then he said, all right, you can send a complaint. You can write a letter complaint to the school about it. And I just said, I will. I'll write them an email. And that's where it ended. And like, I vividly remember just one other kid, like in the back of the class, just laughing.
The thing is, there are certain old ways that everybody needs to know how to do. It's like archery. That's one of those things that I think everybody should know how to do. It's ancient, but you need to know how to do it. Like starting a fire, you ought to know how to start a fire. But like I said, there's just stuff that they don't teach in schools no more that they really should be teaching. I mean, a lot of people don't understand the joys of, if you know how to write a letter, that means you know how to read a letter. And
I mean, to be honest,
they don't even teach kids today how to read cursive writing.
They don't teach them how to write cursive. Here's the rationale for writing. Okay, the problem comes down to thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I mean, if you don't need to.
No.
Yeah,
hear me out. Don't talk over me, please. Hear me out.
I was just muddling to myself. I didn't think you guys could hear me.
Hear me out. If you don't want to hear it, that's up to you. But hear me out. It comes down to thinking. If we can slow down a little bit and think about what exactly we're trying to say, not summarize it, not try to be glib about it, not try to be cute. Come up with a fully formed idea that you don't have to have a dialect of English to speak in. Okay? You can communicate with a whole lot more people, and it puts you above anybody else. Okay? The whole idea of writing in cursive is it forces you to slow down and be deliberate about what you're trying to accomplish. Don't try to be expedient, try to be correct. That's the idea of writing things down. Okay? It's not about being fast, it's about being correct.
And unfortunately, a lot of people nowadays, it's like one of the problems I've had with a lot of news sources is the fact they want to be first. They don't want to be correct.
Yep.
They're more focused on the clickbaitiness of the news that they're giving. It's one of the reasons why I've held off on really talking about Three Eye Atlas, was the fact that there's just so much information that is coming out and changing every day, and we don't know a whole lot about it, except for the fact that it's acting in ways that completely is violating what we know about physics. And I've been watching so many of the various YouTubers channels that have been talking about it, and it's utterly fascinating to me, because if it does turn out that it is alien life forms coming to visit us, I'm just hoping they're coming in peace and not going, we're here to take your shit. And which, ironically enough, is usually is a valid fear. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why, we've touched on it a little. We touched on it a little bit on the last Fireside chat about how wild this is, and the fact. But it goes back to the fact there's not enough information to go with on it. It's like with a lot of the topics that we talk about, we try to have more information, and so we can be a little bit more accurate. Yeah, sometimes we'll jump the gun and bring something up because we think it's interesting or it's funny to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And the Three Eye Atlas, to me, is just so interesting. And I was actually debating using it as a catalyst for a one-shot RPG campaign or game, and because I couldn't decide should it triggers the zombie apocalypse or just have it as an alien invasion,
Yeah.
Which,
Oh, is that the idea for that Halloween one shot we were gonna do?
yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying
Bro,
to.
I keep telling you this. We should do the Star Wars thing about the damn Star Destroyer that's been infected by zombies.
We'll see what we'll do tomorrow.
That sounds like that could hunt.
Well,
You see that yeah. I
that,
think
that's
that
actually that was actually one of the modules for the D6 Star Wars RPG.
Like,
I
bro,
think
it could bring in
that,
views.
that might go over really well. I mean,
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It could bring in views, and views bring in money.
that sounds like that could definitely get eyes, man. Zombie,
Yeah.
nobody's done it. Nobody's done it. No, well,
Yeah.
okay, go further, double down. Nobody's zombified Star Trek either.
I mean,
Yeah.
Star Wars has been zombified.
Well,
It's
there
in
was-
the
Have?
comics.
Where?
Hold on.
When?
There
It's
was
in
a Star
comics. It's an actual canon thing of
Really?
of
Yeah.
of
Oh,
an
wait a
actual
minute.
Star Destroyer having some
Yeah,
sort of a weapon virus gone wrong, and all the stormtroopers have turned into zombies.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
I
called-
can't remember if it's canon or legends, but it has it does exist. I was just saying to like bring it into our Star Wars game we're doing.
I need to
That
send
could
this one
bring
to
in
Tony.
views.
He was gonna do a GTA 5 mod for online, and we were talking about this the other night. And they've already done the Star Destroyer in GTA 5, so make the zombies come out.
God,
That'd be
GTA
hilarious.
is mid.
That'd be
Well,
hilarious.
Believe it or not, there is a Star Trek zombie thing that was done, and it was a fan film where the fan film had the Enterprise going to get what was the name of the ship that the entire crew ends up had gotten killed because of the computer did something stupid. They go to recover it, and the dead people, all the dead crew, reanimate and are chasing them through the ship, and they are all in the their last stand is there in main engineering's emergency control room, and they have to pretty much space the ship to get rid of all the zombies that got who would be reanimated by nanites. It was a pretty, like I said, it was a fan film. You can actually watch it on YouTube.
Okay, now that makes sense.
And yeah, it's like I said, it was an original series set fan film. But yeah, one of the things about being a cripple, you got to fill time, and one of the ways to fill time is watch documentaries and watch TV and read comic books and play video games. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, to get back to it, Mao did some really messed up shit that made things so horrible. It was terrifying. But there was this one economist there in the Soviet Union who was, even in the West, was seen as being one of the best economists on earth at the time. And Stalin had him do the study to find out which was better, communism or capitalism. And he actually had to come out and admit that, yes, in the short term, you have gains in communism and socialism when you take everybody's shit and then you just redistribute it. The problem is it only works in the short term. In the long term, capitalism allows for innovation, and it allows for growth, and it allows everybody to benefit from it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well,
and he was terrified the whole time when he was having to had to go before Stalin to tell him this because he knew the moment he told Stalin something that Stalin didn't want to hear, he was going to be dead. And that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But
see, even the most simple reading of Marx's works, you recognize that you need a pre-existing engine of capitalism for communism to work. The problem is there will always be greater demand than there is supply. Okay?
Yep.
Always. Unless we take Swollen's idea and we just go back to being hunter-gatherers.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah. Let's just go back to being
Well,
tribes.
you see, hang on a second. There's still another problem. There's 8 billion of us.
Yep.
Okay.
Natural selection. Let's just hunt each other down.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I cannot necessarily endorse that, but
I can.
Well, hey, I suspect that I suspect that others would take an opposing and equally strenuous opinion to what you have.
Hey.
And then you all would have to sort that out in some sort of manner.
Hey, no, that's not how the Riri tribe does it. This is how the Riri tribe does it. If someone no like the Riri tribe just throws rock at other tribe.
It's been tried before.
We just throw rocks until they become brain dead.
It's been tried.
And then we piss on their corpses, and then we take their tribe to become Riri tribe part 2.
But yeah, it's one of those things that true anarchy is not something you want.
No.
Yes, it is. I just want pure chaos.
Trust me, it sounds good on paper, but in reality, it's not.
No, that's exactly why I want it.
I've seen what that.
You raise
turns
the
into.
disease.
I've lived through what that does to people, and it's
needed. Character development. We need it.
I mean, I saw that in Mogadishu. I saw that in.
Ooh, that was a rough place to. Yeah.
It's. Trust me.
Maybe instead of tribes, like maybe we do clans instead, like family clans, like how feudal Japan did it.
Or the way Scotland did it. In some areas of Scotland, they still do it. Hell, there's places here.
Clan Riri.
And look at here in the States, up in the mountains, there's still a lot of I hate using the term clannish behavior because here in the States that term has negative connotations.
Simpler times.
But
let's just all turn back to monkeys. Simpler times. Let's just go back to like chilling in trees and eating bananas.
I wouldn't mind that because I love bananas, man.
Right, Father, how does it feel liking bananas for the shape and not the taste?
I don't like it for the shape, but it's the taste, man.
Stop lying, man. We know you, big boy. We know you, big man.
Guys.
We know who you
are. I love my smoothies and I love my ice cream
please.
And my banana. I love banana bread. I love banana.
Banana bread's overrated.
Hey, if it's got decent walnuts in it and it's buttered just right, oh God, it tastes so good.
No, don't.
And my great grandmother used to make the best banana bread, and finding people who know how to make it the way she did it is so hard to do. And there are times when I know how to do it because I've done it in the past. It's just the fact that how all the prep work that goes into making it can be a real pain, especially the whole having to wait for the bananas to age just right. So when you mash them up, they mash correctly and they're not lumpy. Oh man, but I miss Nanny. Damn it.
Anyway, clan or tribe Riri would beat your asses.
No
But
doubt.
anywho,
Trap Wee is kicking your booty.
but like I was saying, there's so much stuff that they don't teach in school today because it goes against the narrative they want to go with.
I mean, to be honest, the kids nowadays probably wouldn't pay attention anyway.
Well, look at it's like with fascism that they keep saying that fascism is right wing, and
So,
it's not. Fascism came out of socialism. It
Yep.
is a Marxist ideology,
Yep.
and fascism came out of socialism to counter communism. And a lot of people don't know this, that there were socialists who did not want to be communists. And because they looked at communism as a dilution of their identity, of sending their resources to somebody else outside of their community. Because it was communism at that when in those early days focused heavily on internationalism, and fascism countered it with being local and nationalist. It also was more aligned with let's see, what was the term that they used again? Shoot. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out.
Nah, you good.
Because when it came down to it, fascism and communism was the same, were the two sides of the same Marxist coin, and it was because socialism in Marxism, socialism was supposed to be a stepping stone to communism. And
Mhm.
early communists, they focused heavily on being an internet, spreading it internationally, and which meant taking all your resources and just sending them out of your country somewhere else. And post World War One, that was something that, especially in Italy, did not go over that well because of the devastation from World War One. And heck, a lot of people still don't want to believe the basic facts of history. The first elected office that Funny Mustache Man had was as a communist in the Bavarian Soviet Republic.
Mhm.
He got elected as a communist.
Yep. But you'll never hear that on our media. You'll never hear that in our universities.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
And he actually there was actual pictures of him marching in the funeral procession of the Bavarian Soviet Republic leader, who was the communist leader that he had followed.
Yeah. Now, I'll show you. I'll show you another little tidbit. Okay, there was a situation where once Mustache Guy got into power, he had issues with some of his folks.
Yep.
Some of those folks were the folks who were socialists in the Reichstag.
Uh-huh.
Okay. These people had originally given their support to him in the hopes that, well, this whole nationalistic thing, he really is a socialist at heart, and yeah, he'll come around and he'll see that he really does need us. Those people, they didn't get thrown under the bus. The bus landed on top of them.
Yep.
Okay. Systematically persecuted, trumped up on charges, summarily imprisoned. And again, it took foreign journalists to ferret this stuff out. But yet again, not stuff you'll typically hear in Western media outlets.
Well, it's
Okay.
one of those things that It's frustrating to me because this is stuff that I found interesting that but it also falls into the whole concept of the KGB defector. He was one of the, I think he was the highest ranking KGB official to ever defect. And he was the guy that planned how the KGB infiltrated other countries to bring them down. And he defected in the 80s, and there's several here on YouTube where you can actually watch the interviews where he described how the Soviet Union would weaken your a their targeted Western countries' culture and all the steps that they would take and what it would lead to. And that's what we're going through right now. And it is some really messed up shit, dudes and dudettes. It's scary that programs that was started by countries that don't exist anymore are still running on autopilot because of all the bad ideas they artificially created to get what they wanted, and it's still running. It's one of the reasons why AI scares the heck out of me, because AI has that same type of a mindset in it. Once you've programmed an AI, it's going to do what an AI is going to do, and once it starts running, it's going to keep running. It's like whenever I'm playing Fallout 76, or not Fallout 76, but Fallout 4, and I have to keep going back to one of the locations. And every time I show up at that location, all the raiders I had just wiped out, every time I go to that location, I got to go wipe out all those raiders again. It's a pain in the butt. It's like, oh man, what the heck? Wait, I killed all y'all already. What the heck? Even the same dude, he's alive again. What the hell? So yeah, if that's going to happen in a video game, I don't want to make a program that's going to be responsible for the nukes being totally under its control, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, in unrelated news, YouTube today announced that they're going to shift their entire YouTube division to focus on applying AI across the business. They are completely restructuring all their product teams to be focused on leveraging AI to manage and maintain the platform, from user experience to advertising to recommendation algorithms.
This is not good.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
It's actually terrifying to me because of because last night when I woke up from my migraine, getting away from my migraine, I took my migraine medicine and crashed for a good long while. Woke up hoping that Tony's live stream was still going, and found out nope, it was already ended. I was like, darn, dang it! I was going to send him a care package, and whenever he called me, I was like, yeah, I was going to send you a care package. He says, don't worry about the care package. I've got plenty of Energon and Coke right now, so everything's good. I'm like, okay, cool.
The biggest thing,
but yeah, one of the first things I saw was I think it was the Quartering did a video saying that YouTube is laying off almost all the humans and putting everything in the hands of AI.
He's going a little heavy-handed there, Richard. Apparently, there's no announced layoffs, but I suspect that he is strongly inferring that they will come. I mean, I'm not going to say they won't. I believe they probably will. I'm going to probably take a guess that it's probably going to be in the high teens percentage-wise, maybe a little higher, But the question is, where will that percentage of humans be coming from? That's the thing. Back to Alice's point, which is the scary part, is if there's any human re-leveling of decisions made by the algorithm, how is that going to be impacted? In other words, who's reining the algorithm in when some intern adds a couple of lines of code, pushes it to production, just like the AWS outage that we had last week.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And all of a sudden, every video of a particular style goes into the dumpster. Okay. And then we get rainbow headed people squawking, about, their lives are in terror.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing going on for them. And I'm like, okay, let's keep their freedom of speech, but why are these other 47%, 48% of creators in the dump all of a sudden?
Yeah. It's what got me is I like listening to what other people talk about stuff. And there was this one guy that was talking about the fact that he learned American Sign Language so he could be able to communicate with his significant other and her family. And I freaked out over the fact that so many deaf people think that they're being purposefully oppressed by the hearing. And I'm like, what? You're not being purposely oppressed by anybody. Yes, the world is made for people who can hear because the majority can hear. And it's not us trying. I mean, we've been bending over backwards for people with disabilities to compensate for their disabilities so that they can be part of. Oh, shoot, we lost Marcelo again.
I think he's gonna go grab dinner, and I think he's got to get Dad fed too. It's about Dad's dinner time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
and he's probably trying to get it done before DC.
Yep, we'll probably be calling it quits in about 20 more minutes. But yeah, it goes back to the old saying of when you become accustomed to special benefits, equality feels like oppression. Because that's one of the biggest problems that a lot of women don't get nowadays is the fact that the system is made to protect them and promote them. It's one of the reasons why, like during domestic abuse cases.
Actually, Richard, this is one of the times that I've been meaning to share this story with you.
Okay.
So it works both ways now in some states. We had an incident at our house where Crazy was on the phone with his estranged mother.
Yep.
And he tripped and fell and put his hand through the coffee table. And I was actually upstairs sleeping at the time. And this was 4 weeks after Helene.
Yeah.
And to be vengeful, she actually called the cops. We had the Cajun Navy kick in our door.
Oh, damn.
The Cajun Navy kicked in our door, drug me out of bed naked, threw me in a cop car, and I spent 2 days in jail for domestic violence that never happened because in North Carolina, whenever there is a accusation of domestic violence, somebody goes, no matter male nor female, and the female gets persecuted just as hard as the male would.
Oh, wow.
And they would not take Crazy's word for it. Because
That
he got
is
cut
nuts.
himself on a candle. There was a candle on the coffee table from Helene.
Oh,
I
wow.
could have sewed him up better.
Damn. Because most of the time, I've talked to so many police officers and guys that had this happen to them where they were the victim of domestic abuse. And because the woman broke her nail while she was beating the living crap out of him, he went to jail.
I'm telling you, in North Carolina, times are changing, the laws are changing.
And there's a 72-hour.
And there's now a 72-hour domestic violence hold on any accusations that are made, as well as a no contact order that is put in place. And theoretically, we should have not have been in the same household. So because of what she did and the accusations made, I theoretically should not have returned home. And if
Yeah.
anybody would have came to our house and caught us living in the same household, I would have gone back to jail.
Damn.
Wait,
So
what are
they're
we talking about? I was gone for like quite a bit.
domestic violence. So they're actually, times are changing where they will,
I slapped a bitch once.
it is because domestic violence in general is such on rise
Yep.
that in North Carolina, hey File,
Hey,
happy
Final 13.
Halloween. They are actually persecuting, and we spent 3 months wrapped up in the legal system. Granted, just to
Actually, we got lucky. It was only 6 weeks.
oh, okay, we got lucky. It was 6
When
weeks.
I got in front of the DA, they didn't want to hear what I had to say.
Yeah, because right, because when Crazy didn't collaborate their stories, because their job is to make, charges stick.
Mm-hmm.
They
didn't
just
want to hear the messages from my mom, the threatening messages for
right. They ended up dropping the charges.
Yeah. Well, that's good because, like I said,
I just want you
for
to
the
have
longest,
yeah.
for the
There's
longest
hope.
time,
There's
man,
hope still.
because there's still the issues I've got with the way family court works and divorce
Oh no,
court
we still
and
have
all that.
issues with family court. Don't get us started there. Don't.
Because I'm still a big believer that it should already, whenever you go into it, 50-50 custody for children and a divorce should be the starting point. Because it's ridiculous that they are basically turning men into slaves.
Oh, there's a flip side at our house too with that one. A complete flip side. So
It's
once again, because of accusations made by my own mother,
Mhm.
all lies. We had our kids taken. I was standing at work one day. She kept them overnight. She collaborated with the kid's father and stepmother, who wasn't then, and pulled a court order and and had them taken from us. And they made up all kinds of lies that Crazy was gun wielding and all this and that.
Mhm.
They made Crazy go for a psych eval, but because it was in the height of COVID with a Democratic judge, not our normal family judge,
Mhm.
but with a female Democratic judge who was trying to prove a point, it was all one sided, ex parte done. We did not have the money for a lawyer then. He received full custody.
Yeah.
And it was all wrapped up
That
in
was
the step.
spinosis.
It was all wrapped up in. Sorry, I'm trying, File. I'm trying.
What's
Basically, bad
spinosis?
juju.
Synopsis, that means it's
Oh.
a too long, don't, TLDR, basically.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what TLDR means?
No.
Dog didn't read? That's what synopsis means. File 13 says he
Well,
went to
that's
law school because
awesome.
he couldn't afford a lawyer.
Yeah, I did pre-law high school, and File, I stood my own when this actually did go to trial. We did a 2-day trial for custody, and I stood my own and almost had it won, except once again, dirty lawyer on the other side and more made up accusations. But I
Yep.
feel you there.
But what upsets me about that, I'm a big believer that if a lawyer is caught lying or promoting lying or any of that stuff, they should be disbarred.
This lawyer
Period.
was so
That's like
dirty.
90% of the job, man.
Well, this
No,
lawyer
you're
was so
supposed to
dirty.
provide. Okay, the the standard is you're supposed to provide the best defense for your client, but you're not supposed to break the law doing it. That's ethical standard. Is you're not supposed to break the law. Problem, especially in family court, the majority of the divorce lawyers, whenever they get together, they will get together and start discussing all the dirty, illegal tricks that they use to destroy the other person's spouse so they can get a better deal in the court.
Oh,
Right.
File, that is awesome. We I give you a lot of credit because
Yep.
we were worn down and beat down by the end of it, and in the end now, in the wash, it's all coming out. The kids are back living close enough, and their father's true colors are coming out. We just know that we raised them right, and we're all just kind of moved on past that point, But family court's a real thing, and I wish there were easier
Mm-hmm.
easier avenues to go about it.
Yeah, my granddad, like I said, when I got out of the Navy and I started going to college for the first time, everybody was said, "Well, what do you want me to go to college to be?" And I was like, "I want to be a lawyer." And my grandfather looked right at me and said, "I will disown you if you become a liar," because that was how he referred to lawyers. So I was like, "Okay," and I completely dropped that entire career career path. Automatic, boom.
Not gonna
And
lie, I would have became a lawyer out of spite. No one tells me what to do.
and before he died, Granddad said he should, of all of the mistakes he made, that was probably the second biggest he ever made. And the he said the biggest mistake that he made was being so stoic with raising Dad and making Dad believe stoicism with it for interactions with his son, me, was his biggest mistake because he saw how much I tried to get my father's love and respect, and no matter what I did, all Dad ever had was criticisms. He never supported me when I was a kid and made me feel like I was the most unloved person in his life. And for the longest time, I truly hated my father for it. And it wasn't until later in life when he started actually being supportive and loving. And I think the biggest reason for that was, especially after what happened with me putting my entire life on hold to take care of grandmom and granddad because nobody else in the family was willing to do it. And they were actually going to let grandmom and granddad go to separate assisted living homes. And I was like, no, ain't happening. They had been together for over 50 years, and the only home that was willing to take them both was going to separate them. And I was like, hell no, ain't happening on my watch, especially after what we saw happen with Nanny. Because the home that Nanny went to, they didn't even realize that she had had a stroke. And the only reason why we knew that had happened was when she turned bright orange.
Wow.
And we discovered that she had end stage pancreatic cancer. And the doctors said that the stroke was a blessing because if she wasn't had that stroke that had killed so many of the nerves, she'd be screaming in pain because the pancreatic cancer was that bad. And my mom was having to stop in every day to see Nanny to make sure that Nanny wasn't sitting in her own waste and she had clean clothes and clean sheets on her bed. And I wasn't going to let that happen to grandmom and granddad. And so for 3.5 years, I took care of grandmom and granddad. And I put my entire life on hold. And I was living off of $110 a month for 3.5 years. And that was the money I was getting for my VA disability that I was, and they grudgingly gave me that. But they're like, well, we can't deny the fact that you got all messed up. So yeah, we're going to give you this 10%. And during those 3.5 years, I was going through the VA trying to get the 80% disability I was promised when I got out of the Navy.
Hey, Ian.
Hey Ian, how you doing? Hey, File 13, if you want to invite, just let I can send you one. Here, hold on. Let's see if I can do this. This goes for Ian too. Let's see if it works. Did that work? Did it go through?
I misclicked.
That's all right. But if you want to pop in File 13, go right ahead. Ditto with you, Ian.
There's always room around the fire.
Exactly. Oh man, upset tummy. Hopefully it was just something you ate and not stress. But like I said, but it took the only reason why I was able to get 30% disability while we were homeless was the fact that our congresswoman got involved, and then the accident happened, and I'm getting just over 60% right now, and they're still trying to take that away. Hell, they've been, because of the divorce paperwork and the fact that the VA kept saying, "Oh, you never gave us the divorce paperwork," when I definitely gave them the divorce paperwork 5 separate flipping times. They're docking my disability by almost $500 every month.
Well, Ian, we hope. Hang on, Richard. Ian, I just want to say, glad that you're starting to get your gut back on track. I hope it didn't put you down for too long.
Yep. We're keeping you in our prayers, brother.
Yep.
And he says, and I had spicy food tonight. Probably not the wisest choice.
I bet you it was good though.
I hired a lawyer to get my VA benefits. I actually sued the DOJ because I stood up to women who were being harassed. Yep. Hey, if you want to pop in, File 13, you're more than welcome.
Oh, yep.
Yep,
File,
statute of
get you on that
limitations.
one.
Yep.
I do love hearing everybody's stories though, Richard. I really think that the community, we've all been through so much.
Yep.
And everything is very similar.
It helps. Believe it or not, it does help when you see other people going through something similar, and it breaks your heart whenever they've gone through something worse than what you've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever you tell these stories, tell how fucked up things have been, it shows you can overcome it.
It really
and
does.
It's like when we were homeless, there were times when the only help people could give was saying, "I believe in you," and it does it steals your girth and helps you get through it. And that's why I keep telling people I love them, I care about them, I pray for them. And the fact that I've been through so dang much, and I will admit there are days when I just want to give up, especially on my bad pain days. I mean, there was several. Several. I've had more down days than I've had
Kill yourself, you're gay.
because the entirety. There's been several times this past week where my entire left side hurt so bad, I basically had to take my gabapentin and my sleep meds and knock myself out to sleep through the pain because my entire left side was hurting so bad I couldn't even walk. And it's really messed up when it gets like that. File 13 says I ended up losing my job. I was an instructor for the FBI school in Glenwood, Georgia. I was pushed out of my job because of it. My case is a case study. One of the guys that I was in the Navy with had a case, ended up becoming a case study because of, well, he was getting out of the Navy because he admitted he was gay and they were mustering him out of the Navy. And we had gotten a woman that got transferred into our command who had been transferred out of multiple commands because she kept saying that she was getting sexually, let's see, what's a good way to put molested
That's just
and harassed and all these other things, which ended up causing 3 dudes to lose their careers. One dude ended up committing suicide. She gets to our command and she gets assigned to work with me stripping and waxing floors. And I showed her how to strip and wax the floors. Well, they needed, during the daytime, needed a stripping and waxing of the floor while I was off. So they told her, hey, this passage over here, it's out of the way. Nobody's going to complain if it's stripped and waxed right now. So can you please strip and wax this floor? Because somebody had spilled a whole bunch of oil and grease all over the floor that needed to be cleaned up. Well, she half-assed the job, and he just put his hand on her shoulder as he was pinching the bridge of his nose because she'd done such a horrible job at it. And he says, please, you didn't do it right. Please strip it and re-wax it. Just do it over again. Take your time. I don't care how long it takes. Just get it fixed. And instead, she turns around and walks straight into the squadron commander's office and starts screaming that she had just been sexually harassed by this guy. Guess who got woken up? They literally came and got me and said, Spake, you need to get dressed and come in. The squadron commander needs you. I was like, what the hell? Somebody fucked up stripping and waxing a floor and they need to talk to you. I'm like, oh shit. So I got dressed and went in. And it was me, him, her, the squadron's commander, and the squadron's command senior chief, and the first lieutenant, all in this office. Now, the first lieutenant was a woman. She didn't like me that much because she didn't like the fact that the squadron commander set how I did the work that I did. Because technically, yeah, she was technically my boss, but the squadron commander basically had me as his personal fix my floors dude. And anytime carpentry needed to be done, it's like call Spake and fix this door or fix this set of shelves or fix my desk. That was my job. And we're sitting there and he goes, all right. He looks right at her and says, tell everybody why we're here. He sexually harassed me. And the guy goes, I did what? And the squadron commander looks at him and says, what do you have to say about this? And he goes, well, because very few people knew the reason why he was there and being mustered out of the Navy was the fact that he came out and said he was gay and they was mustering him out. And this was right before they started with Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And he looks at her and then looks at me and goes, well, in all honesty, I'm more attracted to Spake than I am to her. And I looked at him and I said, I love you too, man, but I don't love you that way. and everybody started laughing. And the first lieutenant, because she was basically protecting this bitch the whole damn time, saying that she needs to be protected, she needs to be protected. And the look on her face when she realized that she was backing somebody who was a serial accuser without any evidence, which ended up, the commander goes, I've already started one major investigation about false accusations. I'm doing a second one, and they did a mass. They ended up getting in. This was before it became NIS became NCIS, and got another major investigation started, and they found out about all of her false accusations. And oh god, it was something else, man. And yeah, she got a dishonorable discharge for that shit, even though she should have went to flipping jail because of the guy she caught committed suicide. That's just, oh god, it still pisses me off.
And I really truly wonder, we're getting, we're we're slowly getting back on a path. We're slowly working ourselves way back to get these things out of our, you know, got
Mm-hmm.
these kind of things out of the government, out of our schools.
This was back in the 90s, man. This was like
That's Richard,
91,
that's how
92.
long, but
Yeah.
that's how long this has been building. This is how long they've been, controlling the narrative, changing the narrative.
Okay,
Man,
Falford says,
took 30 years.
I was a whistleblower defending my coworkers. This was in 2018, around the time that the woke shit started getting into the government. Yes, but as what I said, this happened in 1992, 1993.
Who was
And
president? Who was president?
Slick Willie, and we all know what type of a person he was. And but South Park did it really good. Back then, it wasn't called woke; it was called political correctness. PC.
Mm-hmm.
It's why Bill Maher's show was called Politically Incorrect back then. And that was on. It came on at 11:30 at night after the night late night news. That went off. Then you had Politically Incorrect, where Bill Maher had his little round table of people that was mostly comedians talking about the politics of the day and being socially irreverent. And I got upset that they threw him off the air after 9/11 when he said that the terrorists weren't cowards, that they actually believed in what they were doing enough to kill themselves doing it.
It was Kyle's fault. Oh.
Completely ignoring the fact that the reason why they did that was they felt that was a direct express ticket to heaven, because that's what their religion teaches.
Their faith
them.
was, yeah.
If you
I think we went massively off topic.
If you kill yourself in jihad, you go straight to heaven. No matter what sins you've committed, you go straight to heaven. That's one of the reasons why the 9/11 terrorists, right before they went and did what they did, went on a debauchery tour of strip clubs and prostitutes, drugs and alcohol, and indulging in all the things that Islam says you're not supposed to do. And they did it all the day before.
Zach, you posted a very correct meme the other day. Remember that meme right now, because it was priceless.
I can't remember which one.
Oh, it was priceless.
Is it the one with the Thing and the Incredible Hulk?
Oh no, I'd have to look back, but
that was a good one.
It was a good one.
But
I've been
anyway,
enjoying everybody's memes, so.
But like I said,
I got the best memes. No one does memes better than me.
But like I was saying, the piece South Park actually did a really good bit on it.
Did you see the latest episode?
No,
No, not yet.
I've not seen any of the new
Oh.
stuff until
Wait, what Discord channel did I post this meme in?
I think the meme chat
In which server?
on Tony's. I think it was Tony's.
I'll
Might
have a
have
look.
been Dad's. It's a
but
look.
like I said, we back then South Park went the whole piece talked about the PCBS back in the day when they did the whole bit about modern music sounding like shit.
Nah, modern music's good. It just depends
And
on what artist you're listening to.
yeah, but they did this whole episode. It also included, if I remember right, Guitar Hero was part of it,
Hmm.
where Kyle was playing Guitar Hero, and
Oh, yeah.
Randy was trying to get him to play a real guitar instead. And then they started listening. He hits a certain age, then all the music everything started to sound like shit to him. And Steamy Ray Nicks or something like that, where they're basically shitting their pants on the stage. It was silly, stupid, but it was funny. And
Oh
they were
yeah. By the
making fun.
way, I found the last meme I posted on Tony's server was that Hulk and the Thing one.
Go up.
It's
I'll send it back to you. I'll send it back to you because it's priceless.
But like I was saying, it's wild, these things, that woke back in the day was just called politically correctness, but now they changed. It's like with the whole bit with they called themselves progressives until Woodrow Wilson really put the fear of God into the world, going, holy shit, progressives are authoritarian types that are scary as hell. And the American progressives inspired Mussolini to create the fascists there in Italy. And Mussolini stated that it was Woodrow Wilson that inspired him, and the American fascist progressive movement is what inspired it. There is a book about this, about the American roots of fascism. Talks about it, and so you couldn't get elected on the national stage claiming to be a progressive. So FDR stole the term liberal from what today is known as libertarians, because that was the quintessential American political ideology, which was basically leave me alone. Keep the government small, keep it out of my business, keep it out of my pocket as much as possible. Government is a necessary evil. That was the original American ideal, political ideology. Government is best kept small enough that if it came down to it, you could grab it and stick its head in the toilet and hit the thingy and drowned it.
Well, and that's why our forefathers put so many limitations on it and
Exactly.
gave the states their rights and broke it down. And I think we're just seeing such a big spiral from going away from that. And in America, we are trying to go back to that with what we talk about and how we talk about it and talking to each other about it and having
Mhm.
these chats. And,
See, I'm a big believer in a safety net, because the problem is when the safety net turns into a hammock and people who really need the help can't get it. When Emma was pregnant with Zachary, we were homeless. We were living pretty much on the street. The only shelter we had was the fact that we were being allowed to stay in the storeroom of an antique store at night. And I had one of those big, thick spiral notebooks full of contact information and notebooks, because I was contacting as many people as I could, trying to find ways to get us off the street and trying to find me a job that was willing to hire a crippled veteran who
see,
had.
there's so much difference in
And
what
it,
you were willing to do and what these people who could potentially lose some of their benefits,
mhm. And the fucked
what
up thing
they're
is,
willing to do.
okay, EBT SNAP is supposed to help people. My mom could not get EBT SNAP,
No.
and re- she had to retire early because of disability,
Right. Right.
and they would not give her EBT SNAP. The only reason why I had EBT SNAP for a period was because of the time when we were homeless, because we kept going up to social services trying to, with all the contact information, trying to get help to get into the housing, the Section 8 housing, and
But,
the government housing.
but
And
you would
two
have you
thirds,
been
2/3 of that housing was sitting empty because the people who had
Damn.
been given that housing was sitting in jail because they got caught either
Mhm.
dealing drugs out of that housing or being doing prostitution out of that housing. And Raleigh refused to allow Monroe Housing to open those apartments and up to the people that was on the waiting list. So basically, they had until that person got out of prison,
Right.
they had to leave it empty. And so people like us who were on the wait, if I remember right, it was a 6-year waiting list,
Oh yes.
and
That's a
we
long
were
ass wait list.
It
and
is.
we could not get into the housing because of it. And the ladies at the social services were it would be in tears because they couldn't help us because they'd be like, all they could do was get us into the health department so Emma was able to get her prenatal stuff taken care of there, and
But
we
you
could
know
make
what they
sure.
saw that you know what they saw in you that we're losing now
Mm-hmm.
is the drive to get off the system.
Yeah,
You
because
had a
all
drive to get off the system.
and when they gave me the EBT SNAP, it was only because I was going to college. I was having to fight the VA to get my disability, and it was a program because of the fact that we had Jack and Emma had just had Zachary, and that was the whole reason.
But that's what it are. That's
After Emma abandoned me after the accident, they stripped me of it. Boom, it was gone. And they said the reason why we're taking this away, even though it's the only way you're getting food, is the fact that the children are no longer in that house.
mhm.
Boom, it
Well,
was gone.
I made $1 over. We were still struggling when we moved to the mountain. I was
Mm-hmm.
not working 40 hours. I was paying all the bills. Crazy was with us, so I was supporting four of us, and they cut us off too,
Yep.
making $1 over. And, that's another reason why, the kids were taken is because my mother didn't like the fact that the kids came home with snacks on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's here, North Carolina leaves, no kid goes hungry.
Yeah.
And so they would bring their little snack bags home, the little goodies, little uh, Dole cups, and little bags of goldfish, because that was not a meal. That
Mm-hmm.
was a luxury then, you know, and we were looked down upon because of that. But overcoming what I did to go back to work, get crazy out of his situation, get the kids enrolled in a new school, you know, but it was still your drive to get off the system. It was our drive to get off the system.
No, I
And
was
that's
going to
what
college
yeah,
just so
I
I
mean,
could get the medical office administrator's degree, so I could get the job working at for the VA out of the U.S. embassy there in London. That was the entire thing I was focused on, and
and this
so
is where would they've taken a system to just help for a bit and get people truly back on their feet. We have now people that are living completely off the system, and they've taken away from the good that was created. But it is 8 o'clock, and
Yep.
I don't know DC is going to be on, and I don't know
Yeah,
if
he's
you want
supposed to
to
be
say.
doing a Halloween tonight. So
Okay.
if anybody's got anything they want to hawk, go ahead and hawk it.
I
Uh,
think it's time for you to do your normal.
all right, everybody. I want, as I say, have said many, many times, our pop culture is what's supposed to bring us together. It's supposed to bridge the gap between all the different political ideologies. It's supposed to bridge the gap of all of the different identities. It's supposed to be something that we can come together and share, that we're all supposed to love. This world has divided us so much. It's one of the reasons why I don't like the factionalization and tribalism of identity politics. It makes us adversaries when we are supposed to be working together. Nobody is alone in all this. We are one people. We are one species. We are the human race. This world is so broken right now because we have allowed ourselves to be divided. We have allowed petty disagreements to become focused exclusively on, which has divided us and has got us at each other's throats. This world needs a lot more love in it. So, to do this, let's talk to each other, treat each other with kindness and humanity. Never forget that the person that you're disagreeing with is a human who has a reason for why they think the way they think. Give them kindness, love, and compassion. And always remember you are not alone and you are loved. Let us go out there and be the positive change we want to see in the world. And let's share the love with each other. Because in the end, this world needs a lot more love in it. So please, 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 love one another. And I will see you guys next time. And remember, I love each and every one of you, even you, Shrubby, even you. Be good.